My name is Susan Chastain. I am the designer of the Mother of Purl pattern line. Welcome to our series, Purl in the Pines Knit Tips, techniques to coordinate with our exclusive Purl in the Pines knit kits. We begin our series with Susan's long tail backward cast on. In a traditional long tail cast on, the right side row happens on row 2. This happens because in the long tail cast on you have a smooth edge and then you have a bumpy edge. And the bumpy edge will show at the bottom of row 1. That means if you're doing a pattern with, say, a rib, you can always adjust the number of rows so that your smooth edge ends up on the right side. Every once in a while, however, you're going to run across a pattern where row 1 is a pattern row and it has to be row 1 that you're doing the pattern on. If you do that, you're going to get a bumpy edge for row 1 and then it won't match your bind off later on, as in the Rios Cowl. In order to make that smooth edge show up the way you want it to, you can do Susan's long tail backward cast on. In a traditional long tail cast on, there are two different ways to do it. If you're a continental knitter, you do the half hitch version of the cast on, in which you're holding both strands of yarn in your left hand. If you're an American knitter, you're more apt to do the other version of the long tail cast on, in which you're throwing the yarn with your right hand like you do when you knit. Both versions make exactly the same edge. In our backward long tail cast on, we're going to do a backward version of the half hitch version and put both strands of yarn in the right hand as follows. Starting with the slip knot, my hands are now in position for a normal half hitch cast on. In order to do the backward version, we're going to put the yarns in our right hand instead of the left hand. As with the normal half hitch cast on, the tail yarn is going to go over your thumb and the ball yarn will go over your finger. You're putting your needle into the front thread, take the back yarn over the tip of the needle and lift the loop over the top and pull. Needle goes into the front, yarn goes over the top, take the loop on over and pull. Needle goes into the front thread, the back yarn goes over the tip of the needle, lift the loop over the top and pull. The reason that you're not doing it this way, the way you would for the left-handed version, the normal version, is because if you take the needle over the yarn this way, your stitches will orient themselves incorrectly on the needle. So we're having to adjust the position of this ball yarn. Go into the front thread, take the yarn over the top of the needle, pull the loop on over and pull. And we'll just do it a couple more times. And you can see that you're getting the pretty edge in front of you ready to do a right side row.